Welcome back to the React Room. I'm your boy Dom K. I'm back in here solo dolo again today. I got another good one for y'all. xCeleste, BTS HARDSHIPS 2013-2021. Racism, mistreatment, accusations, and more struggles throughout the years. Now, that's a pretty good one. It's a pretty deep one. I'm curious to see what she's talking about. I already know about some of the hardships. I'll see what's going on when we get into this one in particular and see what she's talking about. Everyone has been suggesting this particular channel in the comments. I've been seeing it a lot. People was like, yo, check it out. She got some good stuff on there and she really gets thorough. And I'm like, okay, well, I like a little thoroughness. I like it. We're gonna check it out, see what they talking about, see if we can get something out of it. You know, we always look for what we can. I know it's gonna be some people mad, like, oh my God, there he goes again, doing another guy and blah, 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 blah. Man, like I told y'all, man, it's been crazy the last couple of weeks, man. But normally, like I said, man, only my team really cares about that. Like I said, I don't even like addressing none of this. I just like doing what I want and whatever. But my team feels like it's better for the channel if we always be an open book and what's the word I'm looking for? We like to stay. We like to, what's that word people use when they wanna be open with everyone? Transparent. We want to be transparent. And you know, with me, I try to be transparent. I try to do these things. But again, unlike my team, because they're young and they're volunteers, and you know, I just understand. I understand what they don't. See, I understand we'll never satisfy all of you. It'll never happen. See, they're kind of young, so they just think the world works like that. That's not how the world works. See, I know the truth. The truth is, no matter how successful we are, no matter how many views we get, no matter how many people like it, there'll always be a small segment of people who think that their opinion matters more than everyone else's. They think their voices matter more than everyone else's. No matter how many, no matter how successful the channel gets, they're gonna be like, well, you should be doing this and you should be doing that, or you ain't watching it like this, you should be watching it like that. And see, I know to not care about those opinions and then actually just do what you do. And then if they want to follow, follow. And if they don't like it, they don't like it. I understand that. And like I said, I'm just addressing it because they want me to. And I'm gonna be real. Like we all make agreements as a team. And I agreed to come out here and be transparent like I always am. I'm always transparent. And again, I'm not doing this for any other reason. And I think the videos can be helpful. I think it, like, everyone's doing the same music. That's what people don't understand. How many BTS Dynamite reactions would you want to see? You've seen 10,000 of them. How many Butters do you want to see? You've seen 10,000 of them. But have you seen people do Butter and actually care about the music? Find out how it was made? Do they watch the dance practice? I'm pretty sure everybody watched the dance practice, but do they watch the behind the scenes? Do they watch how it was formed? Do they know about how the guy's music? They don't want to go that far into it because they know that some of it can be useful and some of it can't. They know that some of that stuff can't get a lot of views. I know that, but I don't care because I'm a fan of music. I love music. I grew up on music. I grew up on all type of stuff like this. I grew up on dance. I grew up on like my dad was a huge Michael Jackson fan, huge Beatles fan. I know all about all of these groups, big on R&B, big on pop, big on some underground rap. So I know the history of all this. I'm a fan of music. So I don't mind deep diving into things. But like I said, I don't want people to think I'm letting the negative outweigh the positive. I'm only addressing this out of an agreement with everyone to be like, let's just be transparent moving forward. Okay, let's be transparent. I know I'll never satisfy you all, but I'm gonna do my best to satisfy the majority and do what we need to do because it's stuff that I truly care about, and I know it's stuff that you truly care about. So you just sit back, you watch the ride, you have a suggestion, put it in the comments, we'll look at it. No more threats, please. No more, oh, I'm gonna leave the channel. Okay, bye. I'm not gonna support you anymore. Okay, cool. This isn't a field where you make tons of money. It's a field I do for a hobby. I like to have a voice. I like to have an opinion. I like for people to engage. It's who I am. I enjoy this. Played professional basketball for 12 years. It was the best time of my life. I like being a part of a team. I like being a leader. I like being vocal. I like having an opinion. I like other people bouncing their opinions off me. I love hearing about things. I love to talk. It's something I'm good at. It's something I like. But don't get that niceness twisted. There will come a time where if you know, we'll have to do what we do. But whatever. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day today. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. For one, today we got the BTS HARDSHIPS. Yesterday we dropped MMA 17. Tomorrow we're gonna drop Baby Metal for the rock and roll fans, and we're gonna drop, what was the other one? No, Baby Metal went out today. Baby Metal went out today with BTS HARDSHIPS. Tomorrow, Map of the Soul 7. Map of the Soul 7, the full album review is going out tomorrow. Map of the Soul 7, the whole album, 20 songs. I think it's 19 songs, and then we did the all remix with featuring Sia. The whole 20 song review, a review after each song is lovely. I hope you boys, girls, men, and women, check it out. It's probably one of my best reviews ever. I listened to the whole album straight. Oh, I had a great time doing it. Deep dive so much. Oh man, that album was amazing. You guys check out my review on that, my full reaction to that tomorrow. And Sunday we're gonna do a Taylor Swift album, 1989, and we're gonna do 2016 MMA. So it's a big week coming up, for all of the peoples. Every day of BTS, I'm gonna try to get at least one BTS video out with some type of content, or every other day, mostly every day while we can. And like I said, we got other content coming too with other people. Like I said, Baby Metal, Taylor Swift. I might hit some Rihanna, I might hit some Beyonce, Selena Gomez, some more rock and roll, a Finnish band, some Japanese artists coming up. Like I said, man, this channel was working. All I know how to do is work. Others complain, we work. Others cheat the game, we work. That's all I want to do is work and put out the content to you guys. So to everybody who's returned, thank you so much. Can't thank you enough. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sitting through all of that. Thank you for always supporting. Thank you for commenting. I see, nothing makes me smile more. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all before I start the video. You know what makes me smile the most from this channel? When my team shows me screenshots of the people who try to be the first to comment. When I see, first one here, I got the notifications, I click so fast, nothing makes my day. So if you people want to honestly know what keeps me going, you want to honestly know what makes me do all of this for free, what makes me lose money doing this, lose time, barely sleep, covering everything, picking up the slack while AJ not here, you know what keeps me going? Those type of comments, that keeps me going. There's people racing to be the first comment. Wow. So humbling. It's just, like I said, it's just nice. It just gives me energy. It keeps me re-energized to wake up every day and keep doing this. So like I said, man, I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for all 8,200 subscribers. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for the comments. And like I said, I got into it with the person I told you about a couple of days ago who had to block. They said, all you do is talk about your subscribers. You're damn right. I'm going to talk about you guys because you don't have to be here, and you're here. And for anybody listening or anybody watching, yeah, I'm going to thank you. I'm going to thank you every video. Every single video, I'm going to thank you. Every single video, I'm going to say I appreciate you. Every single video, I'm going to hope that you come back because you don't have to be here and you don't have to waste your time watching any of this. But you do because you obviously like it or you get stuff out of it, and I appreciate it. So I'm from the South. We have hospitality. I'm going to thank the people who support me. So again, thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it more than you ever know. With that being said, xCeleste or xCeleste, I hope y'all tell me how to say that in the comments. HARDSHIPS, BTS HARDSHIPS, 2013 to 2021. Racism, mistreatment, accusations, and more. Struggles throughout the years. Let's go.
This video was not made in order to relive the sadness or to hold grudges against others. This video was made to remind us that BTS didn't rise to success without facing hurdles, and these events have created a stronger bond between BTS and ARMY. June 13, 2013. BTS were only able to debut because the scheduled performers cancelled. BTS was a filler. Even after debuting, they couldn't get much airtime. Their performances were either shortened, cut from broadcasts, or not uploaded for online consumption, due to their company's lack of clout at that time.
저 당시에는 네, 우리가 막 방송을 마음대로 못 깔 때예요.
그치.
방송을 막 사람 다차 있으면 우리 못 나오고 그럴 때도 있었어.
저때 한밤에 이게 나오게 된 게 되게 약간 우리가 막 그랬었어 그때. 그랬어요.
되게 중요한
네,
거고.
신기한 거고 되게 약간 원래 그렇게 다른 인터뷰 잘 안 해주시는데 막 그때 그런 기억이 나요.
저희를 구원해 주신 거죠?
From sleeping in one bedroom to using their own staff as extras,
제 매니저가 보이더라.
to recording an album in a garage. These were just a few things BTS experienced early on in their careers due to their company's limited budget.
지드래곤 막말 걸어주신 거 이렇게 옷에 쓰여있는 거 무슨 뭐냐고 돈 없어가지고 16,000원짜리 후드티 프린팅 해가지고 먼저 올라가지고 말을 그렇게 했었나 아무튼.
Because some of the members came from an underground rap background, but ultimately chose the path of becoming idols, they were often disrespected.
사실 남준이가 언더에서 활동을 했다고 이제 그런 사람들이 많아요. 아이돌로 올라가서 나는 언더그라운드 활동을 했던 사람이다 하고 언플이라고 흔히 하잖아요. 그러면은 이제 언더 매니아, 힙합 매니아라고 하는 사람들은 그런 거를 당연히 안 좋게 보죠.
아 지네 음악도 안 하고 그냥 회사에서 시키는데도 노래받아서 춤이나 추는 것들이 무슨 가수냐, 니네 무슨 아티스트냐, 저런 애를 더 이상 나오면 안 된다.
A rapper told RM and Suga that they were on the right path, but strayed away and were no longer considered real rap hip-hop artists, deeming them girls for wearing makeup.
방탄소년단에 대해서 사실 하 팀원도 말하고 아이돌 부릅니다. 네, 맞습니다. 힙합이 아니다. 방탄소년단이 무대에 올라갔을 때 뭐 이제 분장을 한다는 거, 어떤 메이크업을 하는 거 이제 어떤 힙합과 충돌되는 부분이 있을 것 같은데.
분장 그런 게 아니라 여자.
What? Shut the front door.
BTS were being told by several people they would never make it because they came from a small agency. Big Hit Entertainment was at one point near bankruptcy and didn't have the financial power to promote and put.
Oh man, it's like my third time seeing it. Every time I see that, it's crazy. Now that I think about it, it's even crazier to hear that. Like, I understood the first dude saying it's a conflict with hip hop. And I don't think they have a problem with that. They could go back and forth and have a debate. But when that other guy stepped in and said, you're wearing makeup like a girl, bro, it's some real idiots in this world. And I know this is back then and people moved on, but let's just refocus this. Think about how much of an idiot you gotta be to say something like that. Every person in the world wears makeup when they go on TV. If I've been on TV shows in China, I was on this show called The Dunk of China. You had to put on makeup. I was on TV shows in the States. You had to put on makeup. When you do interviews that's live, they put makeup on you. Like, I get it, but that's the look of what the idols wear. So how can you say it's like a girl? And it's like, I'm gonna be real, like, they're the most famous Korean hip hop artists of all time. Most of the other Korean artists, the underground guys, the real hard guys who were talking, no one's ever heard of you. Who are you guys? Maybe in the Korean hip hop scene, I've heard more Suga, RM, and J-Hope rap albums than any album I've ever heard internationally in the world. I'm talking about even more than the London rappers. The London rap is probably the second rap I would listen to outside the States. But to be perfectly honest with you, I only know a few albums for a few people. I've heard more RM, Suga, and J-Hope than any other hip hop artist outside of America, more than anyone. So you keeping it real and you doing all of this, but no one's ever heard your music. And you rap it in a language that you can only be favored in the underground scene of a country that's not the biggest hip hop scene. You know what I'm saying? Whereas these guys, they're making it one of the biggest hip hop scenes because their albums are #1 all over the world. So it's just funny how life works, because I'm pretty sure that guy's an idiot.
Push BTS the way other companies could with their own groups. In 2014, Suga shared his story about battling depression since pre-debut days. Suga continues to discuss and bring awareness to mental health through his work. Until now, BTS has continuously been transparent about their darkest thoughts and feelings, not just through their music, but also their very public personas. February 2014. BTS were accused of copying the schoolboy concept for Boy in Love, which came out shortly after another group released their music video, even though the concept is a popular choice amongst young boy bands. April 2014. During a variety show, the host confronted them about this plagiarism accusation.
수와 겹친 교복 패션 왜 하필일까? 원망했나요?
사실 저희가 말씀드릴 수
얘기 천천히
저희가 이번 사랑 이야기 학교 3부작의 마지막이었어요.
예.
그래가지고 나 언제 한번 교복을 입겠다라고 생각을 했는데 그게 되게 미묘하게 시기가 겹쳐가지고.
Throughout their careers, they've been constantly criticized for plagiarism, often for outfits, props, concepts, and hair colors that are ordinary not just in K-pop, but the expansive world of visual arts. November 2014. Hashtag #KickoutJHope BTS trended on Twitter, calling J-Hope ugly and untalented. The trend became popular enough that their friend and supervisor from their reality show American Hustle Life, Tony Jones, tweeted out saying, "Every member is needed and talented." Jin stepped in by telling ARMYs to cheer up and that all of them were working hard. ARMYs got together and trended hashtag J-Hope You're Perfect to comfort him. May 2015. BTS finally won their first music show with their song I Need You 2 years after their debut, but were accused of 사재기. This is when companies buy back albums to boost external sales records. But this was when their company was barely surviving financially, making the claims groundless. May 2015. V was accused of mocking another idol group after they won a music show and were accepting the trophy. People began to send him death threats. However, he wasn't mocking them at all. V was known to be a fan of this group and was singing their song out of excitement. He apologized on Twitter for the misunderstanding and provided screenshots showing that he would always listen to this song before bed. July 2015. BTS abruptly halted their concert, The Red Bullet, in New York due to death threats towards RM. All related fan activities were also subsequently canceled. Attendees of the show were forced to leave the venue, where there was a strong presence of security and police at the scene.
Sorry. We love you.
RM also received another death threat for another upcoming show in Mexico later that month. July 2016, people began to debate over alleged misogynistic lyrics and tweets from BTS. This led to the members and the company reflecting back on their actions. BTS's agency, Big Hit Entertainment, responded with an apology and a promise to do better. Consequently, the band grew from this lesson and have since released feminist overtures such as 21st Century Girl, and in 2019 responded to their 2014 single Boy in Love with Boy with Love, a collaboration with Halsey. RM has said that since the incident, he pays closer attention to the lyrics he writes, reading newspapers and books to study the social phenomena. After he finishes writing lyrics, he consults experts of women's studies to objectively examine the lyrics.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, man. See, this is why you watch these things. This is kind of crazy to me. So now you have to write your lyrics, read books, get women's studies to look at your lyrics. See, this is the thing about Korea in general when it comes to like music. I don't really feel like you can express yourself creatively because there's so many people who always complaining about every little thing. I don't even know what he's talking about, but like sometimes like as an artist, you're not even thinking that deep into it and you're just writing and you're just talking about how you feel. But I mean, it works for him now, but this will never work in the States because no one's gonna do a study group for their lyrics. So shout out to RM for even thinking about that. But it's crazy that you have to even deal with this. Like, I couldn't imagine someone saying, oh, you can't say what you want on your channel. You got to go through a women's study group to reflect on if you're going to offend people. Like, I just feel like our generation is so soft. I feel like back then, if you look into the lyrics of some of the best songs ever, like Michael Jackson, the Beatles, you look at 70s, just 70s and 80s music, of course they're going to be sexual references. Of course they're going to be references from girls. It's a man's world. What if that came out in this day? Would you be offended by that? If James Brown said it's a man's world? Like, well, it was females too. It's just like, I don't know, man. It's just like, I just think it's a weird time that we living in, that you have to capitulate to the crowd just because they complain and they yell. I don't know, man. Again, this is a little different because he's so talented, he can make the adjustments. But like I said, rappers in the States would never, no, nah. Like if you say something like about Hitler or Nazis, or you say something derogatory that's like evil, it's like, yeah, but like a rap reference, I don't know.
May 2016. During their epilogue concert, antis began to use the hashtag plagiarism Boy Scouts. Multiple fandoms teamed up to trend this hashtag in Korea. BTS saw this, and the media latched on. June 2016. During the variety show Flower Crew, Jungkook arrived at the filming location with a bag of hamburgers for his cast members, hoping to break the ice. One of the cast members made rude comments and turned Jungkook's offer away.
거짓말하고 느낌이 딱 먹다 남긴 느낌인데.
아니 새 거예요. 진짜 새 거예요. 야.
BTS has since filmed another variety show with the same host, and spirits seem high. September 2016. Antis made yet another project called Break Wings Project to try to sabotage their comeback in October. The project was caught and stopped once comments on YouTube broadcasting the project were put on blast. Wings then went on to sell 16,000 units in its first week, appearing at number 26 on the US Billboard 200 chart, setting the then highest record for a K-pop album and making BTS the first and only K-pop act at that time to log 3 entries on the Billboard 200. Because of this, antis took strategic pictures of non-armies and claimed that there was no line in stores that sold physical albums. October 2016. During the Busan One Asia Festival, fans were told a couple hours before the broadcast that BTS were no longer appearing because one member was absent from an injury, even though a countless number of fans were already present at the event venue and BTS was ready and willing to perform. BTS ended up performing for the fans who attended the event and waited all day, but it was at the end of the event with leftover confetti, no proper lighting, and no cameras rolling. Their performance was not broadcasted and only fan cams were taken. October 2016. During BTS's Blood, Sweat and Tears promotion in South Korea, BTS wasn't given a waiting room at the broadcast center. So the members made do and practiced, got dressed, and did makeup in front of the bathrooms. They would practice non-stop without resting, greeting other staffers who were going to the bathroom, and other idol groups would openly look down on them. This comment was left under a video uploaded by Wei, a member from Crayon Pop. Wei responded, "Yes, that's right. All I remember is their hard work and efforts. I especially haven't forgotten RM's voice practicing Japanese." November 2016. V made a heartfelt announcement during their muster that his beloved grandmother had passed away. Antis saw this as an opportunity to twist his narrative and intentions, sending him death threats and accusing him of using her passing as a ploy for attention. November 2016, Big Hit released a formal statement about taking legal actions regarding malicious rumors, false statements, and personal attacks against BTS. The company continues to pursue legal actions against perpetrators to this day, enforcing a strict no settlement and leniency policy. November 2016. Fans of another group were upset that BTS won Album of the Year at the Melon Music Awards, claiming it was done out of charity and that miscalculations were made. They called Melon customer care, where an employee explained that the company's internal data proved that BTS scored higher.
Which group is that? Which group is that? Whose name cover? That look like a short name. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know, but I'm gonna just take a guess. Because that name is this small and it's blurred out, I'm gonna think that's XO. And y'all tell me, am I wrong in the Y'all tell me, am I wrong in the comments? Look at how small this name is, blurred out. That looks like 3 letters. That looks like XO, but I could be wrong.
It was done out of charity
Y'all tell
and
me
that
who the real
miscalculations were made. They called Melon customer care, where an employee explained that the company's internal data proved that BTS scored higher. Audio of the conversation was released.
그거 이제 그 상에 해당하는 앨범들을 해가지고 계산한 게 있는데 그러면은 저희가 보는 거랑 뭐 멜론 내부에서 보는 거랑 그러면은 데이터가 아예 다르다는 소린가요?
아니요, 똑같으시고요. 고객께서 보셨던 거는 차트랑 그리고 스트리밍 그 실시간 그 앨범 자체가 나오고 나서 순간 차트에 대한 그런 데이터량 아십니까?
그건 아닌 것 같아요.
고객께서 보신 전체 데이터 수치는 아마 보시기 어려우실 거예요. 그 데이터는 로에념을 갖고 있고요. 고객께서 봤던 정리를 어떤 식으로 진행하셔가지고 어떤 식으로 보신지 모르겠는데 고객님들께서 정리해서 보신 거는 그 차트 반영에 관한 내용들이고요. 그 부분이 아니라 1년 동안 고객님들께서 스트리밍 돌리시고 앨범을 산 그 이용권 말고 많은 대중들이 전체적으로 됐잖아요. 그거에 대한 결과 전체 응원 합산 점수예요. 내부적으로 고객께서 지금 생각하신 게 혹시 내부적으로 이게 비리가 있는 건 아니냐라고 생각이 드실 수 있는데요. 뭐 제가 말씀드릴 수 있는 부분은 비리 전혀 없으시고요. 방탄이 1년 동안 보다 스트리밍 수가 많이 받아서 상을 받았다라고 생각하시면 되십니다.
February 2017. BTS were accused of plagiarism after their performance at the Gaon Chart Music Awards. The part in question was when the no-signal bars on screen resembled another group's past stage. To make matters worse, the creative director of the group in question created a post on Instagram with the captions, our hard work. And siblings of the group liked that post. Gaon Charts eventually posted an official statement in regards to the accusation, admitting that their own production team was in charge of the graphics, not Big Hit. BTS has not attended or performed at Gaon Chart Music Awards since, only pre-taping acceptance speeches. March 2017. Death threats were made against BTS, with their target being Jimin this time. This threat happened during their world tour, and Big Hit addressed this threat, increasing security around the venues. December 2017. Fans of a different group were so outraged by the results at the 2017 Mnet Asian Music Awards that they filed a petition under the Blue House, the executive office and official residence of the South Korean head of state. They requested MAMA to be abolished because BTS won, crashing the Blue House petition website, which was meant for the South Korean citizens only, with traffic from overseas. May 2018, Jimin once again received death threats, this time during their Love Yourself tour in Fort Worth. Police tweeted soon afterwards that they were investigating the threat. November 2018. On November 7, A South Korean court ordered a Japanese company to compensate them for wartime labor during Japan's colonial rule of the Korean peninsula. The next day, Japan's TV's Asahi's music station announced that they have cancelled BTS's appearance on their show, slated for November 9th, due to a recently resurfaced screenshot of a member wearing a t-shirt depicting a photo of an atomic bomb and of Koreans celebrating their independence from Japan. The band subsequently became attacked by the extreme conservatives in Japan, and the news was picked up by the Western media.
바로 저 사건은 방탄소년단이 입었던 티셔츠가 직접적인 문제가 됐다기보단 그건 빌미였고 사실은 강제징용 배상 판결에 대한 이 보이콧을 하고 싶어하던 일본의 어떤 그 멘탈리티가 그대로 표현된 거다라고 생각을 할 수 있는데 그래서 그 5개 대륙에 그러니까 전 세계에 걸쳐서 살고 있는 특히 이제 한국 번역을 하는 한국 아미들이 주축이 돼서요 20몇 명의 아미가 온라인으로 모여서 이 사건이 도대체 어떤 정치적 배경에서 나왔는가, 어떤 역사적 배경에서 출현한 건가, 그리고 지금 그 전 세계에서 쏟아내고 있는 기사들이 어디가 어떻게 잘못된 건가 팩트 체크를 다 하면서 이 2차 세계대전에 대한 어떤 자료들을 다 모아서 백서, 화이트 페이퍼 프로젝트를 발간합니다.
영문으로 해서 접한 거예요?
예, 영문과 한국어 동시에 이렇게 다 볼 수 있는데 분량이 166쪽 정도 돼요. 그러니까 거의
April 2019. During BTS's global press conference for Map of the Soul Persona, a reporter bluntly asked BTS about past plagiarism allegations.
사실 제가 그 윙스하고 피땀 눈물 언급했던 거는 그때 이제 뭐 문제가 됐던 내용 그 뭐 표절인가 그 프랑스 작가분께서 언급하셨던 그 부분을 언급해서 여쭤본 거였고요. 그거에 대해서 그냥 뭐 질문이 좀 불편할 수는 있겠지만 답변을 좀 듣고 싶은 부분 때문에 질문을 드렸습니다.
네, 그건에 대해서는 저희 회사에서 이제 저희 회사 법무팀에서 작가님이랑 이야기를 하고 있고요. 저희 의견, 저희 생각도 회사랑 동일하다고 생각을 하고 있습니다. 네, 그건에 대해서는 회사에서 지금 처리를 하고 있기 때문에 뭐 결과가 나오면 알겠죠. 네, 감사합니다.
Netizens later uncovered an article written by a reporter of the same name on another entertainment company's news website. April 2019. SBS Inkigayo excluded BTS's Boy With Love out of its charts for the song's first eligible week. Questions about the criteria used by the music show were raised, while SBS continued to claim the calculation period did not fit with BTS's album release time. To this, Dispatch compared BTS to another group who also released a song on the same day. That group entered the rankings and took its first win for their song that week, while BTS were left out of the rankings entirely. December 2019. JTBC reported that BTS went against their own agency and planned to file a lawsuit against Big Hit Entertainment. Big Hit pulled out receipts and released a lengthy statement on behalf of Big Hit Entertainment, BTS, and the members' families. They called the media company's journalism practices into question, stating, "We have not only the video that JTBC used for the first report, but also the CCTV video that recorded the footage of the journalist breaking into our company." December 2019. MBC is accused of abusing their power to purposely prevent other groups under Big Hit Entertainment from appearing at their year-end show, after BTS chose to appear on the US's NBC New Year's Rockin' Eve countdown in New York City instead of NBC's year-end program. According to OSEN, multiple industry sources shared, ever since October, when BTS's side told NBC that BTS would not be appearing on NBC's year-end music festival, it has been difficult for singers associated with Big Hit Entertainment to appear on NBC. It is already an openly known fact in the industry. January 2020. For 29 years, the Seoul Music Awards only had one grand prize, also known as a Daesang. But in 2020, they created a second Daesang for digital music. BTS won the Daesang for physical music only, even though their stats proved that they should have also gotten the Daesang for digital music as well. BTS did not appear in person to accept the award and has only sent in video acceptance speeches since. July 2020, Naver, the Google of South Korea, reportedly invested over $80 million into another entertainment company after losing out on profits from BTS, who chose to hold an online concert through Weverse, a mobile app and web platform developed by Big Hit Entertainment. BTS earned at least $21 million in ticket revenue, according to an analyst at securities firm. He stated, Naver lost BTS, the most popular IP of Kpop, and must have felt the need to invest in entertainment to form a stable relationship. Since 2017, fans have noticed that South Korean platforms such as Naver and media journalists were ignoring and downplaying BTS's achievements. Popular websites hardly posted anything about them, nor did they feature BTS on their front pages. Music critic Kim Young-dae and popular political commentator Kim Oh-jun recently discussed this issue.
그 뉴스의 크기에 비해서 국내 기사는 상대적으로 적다는 인상을 내가 항상 받았거든. BTS는 그 버금갈 정도의 현상을 지속적으로 만들었는데 거기에 비하자면 아주 수량이 좀 적다. 호들갑 떨기 그렇게 좋아하는.
Bro, these people here are crazy. This is some crazy stuff. So you get mad that they go on NBC, end of the year. That's one of the most popular shows, not in just America, but the world. They got a chance to touch the world. And you're gonna exclude the whole company because you're mad. South Korea just seems like one big jealousy pool. It's just like, if you do anything that someone can't make money on, or you do anything that they don't want you to do, this is why I think a lot of Korean artists don't make it to like the global stage, is because they try to control everything. They try to, oh, you're gonna do it this way, or it's just BS. It's just a lot of BS that goes on.
이 미디어들이 왜 이럴까? 궁금증이 평소에 있었거든. 연결되는 이야기예요. 기사들이 일단
BTS의 성공은 이제 어느 정도 보도가 돼요. 그러면 우리가 흔히 알고 있는 소위 대형 기획사의 아이돌이 그것보다 사실은 못 미치는 어떤 활약을 보였을 때 미디어에 보도되는 양이나 그 커버되는 범위를 보시면 확연히 차이가 납니다. 굉장히 좀 재밌는 부분이고, 이번 그래미 같은 경우 어떻게 들어가냐면 주요 부문에서 등극에 실패했다라고 한다든지 여러 가지 이유 중에 이거 하나가 중요하다고 생각해요. 뭐냐면 BTS라는 이 현상, BTS의 미국에서의 성공, BTS의 세계적인 열풍 자체가 제도권의 시스템을 거치지 않았다는 거예요. 그래서 이 제도권을 점하고 있는 그 언론일 수도 있고 뭐 프로모터일 수도 있고 음반 회사일 수도 있죠. 이 사람들이 보기에 썩 납득이 가지 않고 유쾌하지도 않아요.
자기 힘이 입증이 안 되는 거지, 그렇게 되면.
그렇습니다.
점하고 있는 위치에서 자기 영향력이라는 게 있는데 이걸 다 거치지 않고 성공해 버렸으니까 자기 존재 이유가 없어지는 거 아니에요. 그런 맥락에서는
December 20.
That's exactly what it is. That he just laid it out. The reason all of these NBCs and these Gatsons and these MMAs and all this other stuff, the reason they feel threatened and the reason they feel these other groups is because the reason they feel like they gotta do this is because BTS proved that you don't really need, all you need is good music and the support of fans, and people will come find you. And they feel like, oh, you gotta go through us to do this to be successful. You don't have anybody that's been worldwide like this. So why the hell would they need to go through you? It's just crazy how the entitlement of people. Oh, I've been around for 60 years. How dare you not come to me? It's just, I don't know, man. I just don't know. The entitlement of people in the world to feel as though you're entitled for someone to do your broadcast. You're entitled for someone to do your award show. You're entitled to win this award. You're not entitled to anything. And the people who are entitled, that's why no one buys your album worldwide. That's why you only have fans in 2 countries. If you want to, hey, these guys are, hey, I get it. The hate is real.
2020. For the last few years, BTS has been the face of political discourse on the revisions of South Korea's mandatory military service, even though BTS and their company have not spoken about wanting postponement or exemptions, and have insisted that they will serve when called upon. In August 2018, all major South Korean entertainment companies held a meeting to discuss petitioning the government to revise the law to allow K-pop performers to be exempt from service, in addition to the top artists, musicians, and athletes that already qualify. Big Hit Entertainment was not among the agencies, but BTS was used as the leading example for this revision. On December 22, 2020, the Ministry of National Defense announced that a revision has been made, effective June 23, 2021, where popular culture artists can postpone their enlistment until age 30, with the requirements that the individuals must have been recommended as recipients of the Order of Cultural Merit, one of the highest national honors given to artists in South Korea. In April 2021, 26 agencies, led by the Korean Music Content Association, filed a written objection against the revision, stating that the new law is both unrealistic and unfair. March 2021, BTS was nominated for the Best Duo Group Performance at the Grammys, which was announced during the online pre-show instead of the primetime ceremony, as it usually was in previous years. Unfortunately, they didn't take home the award, but what made fans even more upset was that the Grammys used BTS as ratings bait, teasing that BTS's performance would be quote-unquote up next, but were actually placed as the second to last performance during the 3.5-hour broadcast, and only given the time to perform an abridged performance of their song. A former managing editor for the Grammy Awards website spoke out the next day about the Recording Academy and how it pushed back on featuring BTS. But BTS got the last laugh. A live stream of the band celebrating after the event has so far garnered more than 13 million views, compared to the 8.8 million viewers who tuned into the Grammys. March 2021. Topps released the Garbage Pail Kids Shammy Awards illustration and cards. Unlike the other artists who were featured, BTS was depicted as being brutalized and beaten up by a Grammy trophy inside a whack-a-mole. This isn't the first time BTS has been shunned, put down, or bullied. In February 2021, a German radio station host made racist remarks about BTS, comparing them to COVID-19, and voiced his hopes that there will...
These people are crazy. These people are crazy. Man, these people are crazy, man. Do y'all... Listen, man, when I hear about this stuff, it's just like, bro, who takes the... Why do you hate someone that much? There's a lot of groups in the world I don't like. There's a lot of music that I don't like. Why are you being racist? Why are you being hateful? You just don't like the music. Okay, I don't like you guys. Cool. Why are you calling someone COVID-19? Why are you taking away their airtime? Why are you trying to blackball them? Why are you trying to blackball their company? This is crazy stuff, man. I'm gonna be honest, this is really crazy stuff.
Will be a vaccine against BTS soon. He openly cursed at them for covering a Coldplay song and said that BTS deserves a 20-year vacation in North Korea. Halsey, Max, Lauv, Steve Aoki, and more artists slammed the radio station's racism and xenophobia. The host and station maintains that it was just a joke and that folks are too sensitive. During Zach Sang's show, a member named Liam from a boy band called Forever in Your Mind made these comments.
I agree that they're a boy band, but at the same time, it's like the rate. I feel like it's like a different, like they belong in a different genre on their own, because I feel like there still needs to be like a European or an American boy band to be at the top, and I think BTS can just live in their own. They're BTS. They don't. You know what I mean?
No, but they're like.
Like I don't
their
think
fan
that they're
base
gonna.
is so crazy. It's
Oh,
dude, and
insane.
it's global.
Yeah,
I'm a fan. They're really
I
good.
like them. They're good dancers.
I can't get behind it. I don't understand what they're saying.
I got it.
and
I got
just.
I don't even know what to call them, boys or girls, because I don't know what they are. Look at these people. Look at this one. I don't know which one he is. Look at those highlights. Those chunky Tony and Guy mall salon highlights. And the contact lenses. You are an Asian man. You don't need to look like a girl named Ashley.
When I first heard something Korean had exploded in America, I got worried.
I don't know. I think they look very nice. That is not what you were saying during the break.
How did this become a thing in Western culture where all these grown men and little girls are off to little K-pop boys?
喐校，要經係校，要經係幾有嘢學啊，要經係幾有嘢，要經係後面我。有咩管呢？
A senior editor from The Economist said, "Please no," after BTS was announced as speakers at the 75th UN General Assembly. She quickly tried to backtrack, claiming it was a joke. This led to Stephen Pollard, a British journalist, to tweet this, and Anne Hegarty, a television personality, responding with, "All this about a little Korean boy band that's fundamentally not important?" So when BTS was named Entertainer of the Year by Time magazine soon after, RM said, "We're not sure if we've actually earned respect, but one thing is for sure is that people feel like, okay, this is not just some kind of syndrome or phenomenon. These little boys from Korea are doing this." BTS have always been outspoken about the injustice of racial discrimination. In the summer of 2020, they used their platform and proudly announced their support for Black Lives Matter and donated $1 million to the organization. With the recent rise and visibility of atrocities against Asians, BTS released a statement on their Twitter standing in solidarity once again. These are just a few of the countless examples of mistreatment, racism, and xenophobia that BTS has been encountering around the world throughout their storied career. It will more than likely be a continued uphill battle. As artists of color who are constantly breaking records and barriers, amassing fans, and growing in popularity around the globe, hostility and jealousy will come easily from those not afforded the luxury of such a strong and dedicated fan base. As fans who are cognizant of their journey and understand that their popularity comes from their sincerity and talent, ARMYs have a tendency to be protective, and sometimes overly so. If only because of the awareness of what BTS and ARMY are up against when fighting for fair representation.
Yeah, man, that was a pretty good one. It was some things I didn't know about that. Some of the stuff I knew already. I mean, that's just the world we live in, man. The world we live in is full of hate. The world we live in is full of negativity. The world we live in is full of hatred. It's just, they just do a good job of bouncing back from it. They do a good job of overshadowing it. I'm gonna be real, man. Like, I don't know why do people care what other people wear so much. Like it's not like they're putting on dresses like a lot of people do. It's not like they're putting on girls' shoes and they're like performing them. They're literally just putting on makeup. So what if they want their skin extra light? Who cares? It's a part of their culture. That's what the K-pop idols do. Why do they care so much what grown men wear? I'm starting to think a lot of these people just. And then if you look at the people complaining, like look at that woman. Was that the? Let's just be honest. Was that the most attractive woman telling him about his highlights? Was that the most attractive woman to be like, oh, you can judge people's physical appearance? The guy, the German host who said all of that, he was a fat guy. Like, are you the guy to be telling people that they're COVID-19 seriously? Like look at some of these dudes. Like I'm gonna give Anderson Cooper a pass just because he's gay. So when he said they look nice, I think it was a gay joke because he's kind of gay and he thought they looked good or whatever. I don't know. But I'm gonna be honest, man. These dudes who making these jokes and these women who making these jokes, oh, what's the big deal? It's like, just look at their physical appearances. And then you tell me if you can make fun of these guys. But it's just like, whatever, man. Shout out to BTS, Overcoming. This is another good video. I just feel more inspired to keep doing what I'm doing. Like, they kept pushing and they look where they at now. So I feel like if we keep pushing, everyone else keep pushing, we'll out-drown the negative hate out there. And I'm gonna be real, man. They should start doing interviews on platforms that are big. I think the big platforms don't really want them on there currently. But man, I would love to get this channel to 1 million, 2 million subscribers, get a real big fan base and interview them the right way. It's so many questions you can ask these guys. I would want to ask about the music, the writing process, the production with P-Dog, the working, just, you know, the up and coming stories of just how does it feel? Like, what were you thinking when they canceled the show and then you guys had to go on stage and perform? Like, what was going through your mind? Like, what did you think when the plagiarism stuff, it's all been proven. I don't feel a need to ask about that. It's all been answered. It's all fake news. But I would want to ask, like, I would probably ask about that at the end, like, oh yeah, the plagiarism, and I'll probably lump that into one question, but I would really want to know about the music process. Like, how do you feel when you're practicing these dances and you don't get it on the first try? Who comes up with the choreography? Do you sit down and break it down with them? RM, I see you writing on every single song. How many songs do you write a year? What's that process like? When you guys got on Weverse and you got more views than you did on the Grammy, did you feel justified? Those are questions. I don't understand why people are not answering this. John Cook, like, you and Jimmy hit #1 on your solos. How did that make you feel when you hit #1 knowing that the Scammies and the Billboard are against you? How did you guys feel when you got 6 #1? Like, how did you feel for the first #1, knowing that you did it organically and without their help? Those are the questions you should be asking. Those are the answers I want to hear. Press them on that. All of this nonsense. Oh, what do you think about this and this? Do girls chase after you every day? Such nonsense and whatever, man. But that's what I think. You guys tell me in the comments, what do you think about BTS Hardships 13 through 21? Racism, mistreatment, accusations, and more. Struggles throughout the years. Do you agree with my take on it, that it's just a bunch of nonsense and people need to move on and, you know, it's going to be racism all the time? Or do you think more thoughts about it? Do you have a stronger, deeper feeling about it? I feel like this is why you guys are so protective of them, because of this type of stuff. But anyways, you guys tell me in the comments, what do you think about it? I think this video was informative. You tell me, do you think it was? Do you think it wasn't? Any thoughts? Comment below. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Always with love. Peace.